Hey guys, it's Protoman111 back with Let's Play Megaman Legends 2. First and foremost, I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Yeah, that's a little late, isn't it? No, a Happy New Year, and hopefully this year will be good to you, okay? Let's go and get started. Where we left off last, we just got off Forbidden Island, and apparently we revived Mistress Sarah and her servant, Keats. So, what we gotta do now is basically find 4 keys to unlock the Mother Lode, so to speak. So let's get started real quick. Okay, it's hard to miss the room. This is the fanciest door in the place, so. And of course, he's sucking up to you, buttering you up, and the Professor's just basically just like, get to the freaking point. Professor Bell doesn't want you to get dragged into this, but at the same time, he'd like you to do it because the pirates are going after the keys now. He doesn't want them to get a hold of it. You're the smallest and therefore the easiest target for the pirates. Basically, this is a flying tank. And look at the guard looking at you like, I'm gonna kick your ass. Okay, that's for the key. This is where the keys will be stored, so if you're curious about that. Every time you find a key, and it's kind of hard to miss that you found the key, you'll come back to the sulfur bottom and report in, and apparently we're still stalking people, namely me. Smiling, the eerie smile. Anyway, real quick, we're going to go up to the second floor. I can't count today, and find a particular easy Zenny drop. It's not particularly a lot, but and that's not the room. The room will have a wandering serve bot in it. There we go. Okay, this player right here has some Zenny for us. And of course 500 Zenny. Zenny will never hurt. And of course this little guy's having bad luck. And we just found his allowance, but you can't really get it back because it won't let you, even if you're trying to be a nice guy. In this particular playthrough, we're going to be doing a lot of side stuff before we actually get on with the main story again, as I did last time. And these boxes do hold things, so you can go up and press the circle button to interact with them. You'll find some Zenny stored in some of them, so that'll come in handy. Machine guns in one box. So they're weapons dealers, apparently. Nothing useful inside of there. You got a heavy duty gear, that'll be helpful later. Another special weapon part. Some more Zenny. Nothing useful in here. Oh, they're in the drug trade. Cocaine in the box. Oh. Well, damn. Okay, that would have explained how he got all of his money. Okay, this is a junk shop. And, hey, little dude. Of course, this little guy having a rough time, unfortunately. It's a junk shop. What you want to do is check the junk shop fairly often to see if new things will come in. Usually new things come in as the story progresses. Buy new armor, of course. Of course, I don't want any of these parts right now because they're not going to help me. So maybe give me some range and energy, which I don't have very much of. But make sure you buy bionic parts. Those will never, that will never hurt. And buy the actual side items that might be used later. Like a medicine bottle will restore special damage, i.e. like you get burned, you'll be on fire for a little bit. Other things like that is optional if you're good enough to avoid the damage. Otherwise, pick one up just to be safe. We don't need to buy anything else right now. Make sure you equip your parts. Of course, they don't do jack squat if they're not on you. I think I need to recharge. Okay, no, I don't need to. Never mind. Okay, let's get going. We won't get a helmet till a little later on, but that's not a big deal right now. And before we actually go to Manda Island, we'll go ahead and mess around with a couple things before we leave. Just to be safe. I don't have to play through this crap again because my brain would hurt. It's not a bad thing to replay it, but still, after doing lots and lots of recording, you tend to get tired of it. Okay. Into the flutter we go. Before we do a couple things, let's get some of the other side items out of the way. Like, by that person that looks like her mother, i.e. the blonde lady with the guy named Gats. That's who she's referring to. Real quick, let's go ahead and make some things. Okay, we'll get a bunted drill pit later. Okay, with the long barrel, we can actually make the machine gun arm. Early on, it's quite useful when you upgrade it enough, but later on, it becomes less of a good thing. I personally like the machine gun buster in the last Legends game because it never had a refill. You just keep firing it until it ran out of juice, but you would improve special weapons here. But for the time being, we won't do that. I'll do that off screen and I will show you if I do it. So, or what changes I've made. But real quick, talk to Roll about the repairs, and she'll tell us that the kitchen and the back room are finished, so we can not worry about those. These next couple of items, like the refrigerator, you'll need to buy. You'll need to buy the refrigerator because there's a nice item in there that you could use to recover your life. The newspaper doesn't really serve too much of a purpose. I mean, it's just there to read up on what the news reporters are reporting you do after certain events. Then or just you go for it. But regardless, go for it anyway, because it's just being nice to roll. And believe it or not, it is. But okay, we want to go into this back room now, because apparently it's, related to the living room. And we will get a broken motor. With that, I believe we can make the vacuum arm in conjunction with another part. I'll do that here in a minute. Okay, this is the back room, except not on fire. To the left is the bathroom, and here's the kitchen with the new refrigerator. Now that basically recovers your life recovers your life fully. But the bad thing is you can only have one at a time, so be careful with that. Just use that in conjunction with your energy canteen if you ever run out of juice in it. But remember to use your energy canteen first. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'll be doing some side stuff first of all before we actually do anything significant. As I did previously, that'll probably make your life a little easier. Okay, this is Manda Island. It's very green, as you can see. Very nice, small little island. Okay. Another feature you'll find here, as you become more Saint Megaman, i.e. a good Megaman, you'll see little raccoons that'll run around here. The better you are in terms of relationship. So keep that in mind. They do talk to you if you talk to them. So this is a little extra thing. Since we're not Saint Megaman, you won't see any at all. And this little guy. Indeed, little dude, it's a ruin. This is the first of the sub-ruins. You do not need, you just need the B-class license to get in here. What I'm going to try and show you is the easy way to make money. Each sub-ruin has a particular spawn set, so certain reaver-bots will be spawned in at different time, or at different groups. We're going to try and find the one we need. We need to find a spawn that actually has a mimic in this first room. And I didn't switch my special weapons. Yeah, I'm gonna just shoot stuff with water. Hope it dies with water. Nope, still not it. I've been having bad luck getting the spawn to occur. Before, I never really had a problem, but today is just not a good day, I guess. Let me see if it would be nice. Nope. Now, a mimic in this game is basically a treasure chest. When you open it up, it'll do random things like try and run you over, or shoot bombs at you, like that kind of thing. Oh, for the love of God. Hoping the game will be nice and show it to you guys, but it's not cooperating. Oh, come on, game. Stop screwing with me. Give me the spawn so we can get out of here. This can be mind-numbingly boring until you get the spawn you need. Ah. Yeah, this game's seriously trolling me right now. I usually don't have that much difficulty getting the spawn to appear, but apparently it's just no to me. Okay, there we go. We've got the spawn we needed. Okay, this will be the first enemy in the room that we need to have appear. With that, we know that we'll get the particular Reaper pot that we need. Sub-ruins are optional. They usually carry refractors. I don't think this one has a refractor, but I don't recall. Okay, real quick, let's go ahead and equip the shoes, the special shoes. When you hold the circle button down, you do this basically. It's very nice to get around quickly. You need to do it. Now here's a new enemy. These are basically frogs. They come in many varieties. They tend to follow you and try and run you over. And if you do jump high, they will follow you and jump so they can try and hit you in the air. Basically just keep moving around them so they can't ever hit you. They do come in several varieties. One particular is has a little fire on its head, and it'll basically burn you if it runs into you. Another mimic. Okay, they drop okay amounts of Zenny, but it's nothing to write home about. Okay, holes in the wall. When you see holes in the wall, press the circle button to interact with the hole in the wall. You'll find Zenny, other things in them perhaps. Though they're not as plentiful as they were in Megaman Legends 1, so don't get comfortable with that. Okay, our friends the worms are back, and like I said before, don't let them jab you or they'll inflict a drain status effect on you. Ooh, apparently this one didn't affect drain, or inflict drain. Oh. You trying to stab me? Okay, we get a bomb schematic, and then we'll get ambushed. Another trap. Okay, of course, yeah, his buddies will try and come kick your ass and then gangbang you, but nothing to worry about. Just keep moving, they won't ever hit you. This is one of the easiest sub-ruins in the game, obviously. There are only about 2 or 3 more, I believe, that require an A-class license and an S-class license, but we won't get to those till later in the game. And this is our buddy right here. He dropped a ton of Zenny. Kill him quickly, because I do think he disappears after a while if you take too long, but I don't remember exactly. This is the buddy guy we need to see to farm Zenny. It's pretty easy to do. considering he doesn't do much. He will try and jump on you eventually, but if you keep doing this, he'll never get a chance to get it off. He'll just keep falling over, as you know, his bounce sucks. Now, that's quite a bit of Zenny. Look how much Zenny I have now. Now look how much Zenny I have. Okay, about 10,000 Zenny on S-Class license. Okay, and he does respawn, so you can continuously farm off of him if you want to. I'll show you again here in a minute. Okay, now, wall like this, you can break with the drill arm, but we don't have that yet. And this wall isn't really beneficial to break because there's really nothing different on the other side, except for the other side of the sub-room. So. Voila, our friend has respawned again. So just take advantage of this when you need to get some money early in the game. With him, you can basically max out your machine buster a little early, so go for that. Especially for this upcoming boss. I'll only have enough time to finish off this room before I have to quit, unfortunately. And I will do a bit of money grinding on the side, so we'll make the next boss easily, or more easily. Ooh, I can't speak more easy. Okay, and 10,000 more Zenny. Regardless of your license class, it's still the best way to farm because it drops quite a bit of Zenny. Okay, with that, I'm going to go ahead and explore the rest of these sub-ruins. Like I said, sub-ruins are optional. You really don't have to do them to actually get anywhere in the game. But if you do want to make all the parts and things, I would suggest you look through them because you will find parts and things. So. Yeah, lock onto a random halfway across the room. That's the other thing I don't like. The lock-on system in this game is kind of retarded at times. Okay, that purple would recharge your special weapon's energy. And of course, our buddy is trying to pull us up. They also drop a nice bit of Zenny on this particular difficulty, so don't forget about that. I will also show you a couple other runes you can farm in if you want to, do different things. But this by far is the best method to farm. You can get, especially later on in the game when your buster gets stronger, you can easily farm him for 10,000 bit. That's a mimic. Telltale sign is he's in an awkward place. Usually boxes won't be in that kind of an awkward place. They do different things, so it's not always the same thing. Try not to get too close to this guy, because the guy behind him will pretty much shoot a ranged attack at you. It's kind of annoying, and it hits you fairly hard still, so be careful. Ow, it's stupid today. Okay, this leads to a basement too, I believe. Yes. The only thing down here are a couple treasure chests. Some of them, I think a couple of them do have buster parts in them, but I don't recall. I think this one may have a refractor in it. Indeed. And it's our friend again from the first ruin that we went to. It's the same procedure here. Just shoot him in the spike on his ass, so it will be a problem. He has the same tactics as before. He hasn't changed. It's just because you'll know if you go into a room with a refractor in it, it will have a boss in it. So. Okay, he's not very hard. He has not changed at all. Okay. And go and just jet yourself across the other side of the tunnel. We will find ourselves a nice refractor. This one we can sell. So, grab it and sell it once you get to the surface again. Unfortunately, they're one-time things, so once you sell it, you sell it. There's really no other reason to keep a refractor around. There really isn't. Unlike the other previous Mega Man Legends game, you don't need refractors here for the story to progress. Apparently those orbs disappeared real quick. Ow! Don't appreciate you smacking me inside the head with your little glowy thingy. Okay. More money. You never get tired of that. Mega Man Legends 2 tends to be, I think, the better of the series, although the first one was a baseline, I should say, for this game. Uh-oh, you're trying to pull me up. You're not doing it. Yeah, these guys can be pretty annoying, and I have suffered the burn status, i.e. you're on fire. It'll go out eventually, but your HP will slowly drain as it's burning away on you. Okay, that takes quite a while. If you notice on the license test, those can actually kill your time. But here it doesn't really matter. Hey, another hole in the wall. I've found some Zenny. Just blow his butt away. He just does nothing useful at all. As you can tell, the game's pretty easy right now, and that's just because you're at the beginning. Even at the S-Class license, it's still relatively easy. The sub-ruins should not give you any difficulty. They're a place to make money, pretty much, between the actual story ruins. So. And there's another area I just blindly missed. And you get ambushed again. These guys aren't really a problem. So you can either kill them or ignore them. They don't drop much Zenny, so they're not worth it. Our friends again, the frogs. Like I said, they tend to follow you around, try to run you over. If you jump, they will jump after you. And get to do it. Yeah, like so, they'll do that. They keep up with you, but they're not hard. They're more of an annoyance if anything. Okay, this one should be a mimic, as I thought. They're trying to ninja me, huh? Okay. Continue forward. There's really not much to talk about in this particular one. Most sub-rooms are fairly boring anyway. That's another way you can get around them. Make them do their stupid spinning animation. You can run behind them with it. Yeah, they don't drop very much Zenny, but they do drop health and energy power-ups, so that comes in handy. Mechanics notes. You basically go to roll when you're going to in the development room and talk to her about it. She'll tell you what the notes are for. Then from there you can figure out what you need to do. That was a bad idea. Oh, you dirty. One in the back of shooting stupid orbs at me. Like I said, if they tend to shoot if you're running into the ones that shoot the projectile, get close to them so they do this. That way they won't ever fire them off and you don't have to worry about them. I think this one's a mimic as well. No, wrong. Wrong. Just has money in it. Okay, this is the other side of that room with the king, king, whatever that thing is called. I don't know what's called. But... Okay, and then that's it. There's nothing much else to this dungeon to do. So, with that, we're gonna have to end it. I hope you guys enjoyed this segment. Next time, we will go to the village and start seeing what we can find out about this key. So this is Program 111 signing off.